Leap, years pass and society begins to get more and more stupid every day at a scary speed. People hope that genetic engineering will fix this, but unfortunately the brightest minds and most resources are spent on less important problems like hair loss. Population eventually explodes and intelligence declines until humanity can't even solve the most basic problems. Garbage is stacked for centuries, and in 2505, the Great Garbage Avalanche happens. A truck is dropping more garbage on the pile and the weight finally becomes too much, so a huge landslide goes down. The pile of garbage falls and drags Joe's pod, dropping it through a window into Frito's apartment. Ignoring the disaster behind him, Frito watches a very dumb comedy show on his giant TV. The pod activates and awakens Joe, who is dizzy and confused. He keeps asking about the situation and Frito gets annoyed, so he gets off his toilet chair and throws Joe out of the window. Afterward, Joe looks around for help, but people talk in English that mixes hillbilly, valley girl, and inner city slang, so he can't communicate with the locals, who call his speech pompous. As he looks around, Joe notices how much the city has changed. Everything is in ruins, there are ads everywhere, and brands use dumb or dirty names. Eventually he finds a hospital with a badly designed sign and goes inside, finding more signs that look like a fast food place, dirt and trash everywhere, and even slot machines. The receptionist doesn't speak, she just has buttons to press for the right symptom. Because Joe describes a bunch of things and doesn't know what's happening, the receptionist goes for the I don't know button. While waiting to be called, Joe tries to drink from a water fountain, but an energy drink called Brondo comes out instead. He asks a man about it, who laughs at the idea of wanting to drink water since it belongs in the toilets. Then Joe makes a line to enter a diagnostic machine, where they make him put plugs in his mouth, ear, and rear. However, the technician mixes the plugs and Joe has to put the rear one into his mouth. The disgust has him rushing to wash his mouth with energy drink. Next, Joe goes to the doctor's office and sees a magazine dated 2505, but he thinks it's a misprint. The doctor says a bunch of nonsense and concludes Joe is retarded, for which he charges him $5 billion. When Joe looks at the bill, he sees